So today I'm going to talk to you about why would you ever advertise online. This is the sales portion. You got sold over here. I'm the marketing portion, right? Sales is great. Marketing, super important, right? You're not going to be able to land the sale without marketing. So what we know is generating leads is the biggest challenge for a small business owner. It's the ability to find ways to get those customers, right? In order to get a lead, what do you do in order to get someone interested in you? In order to get someone to you and convert? So we know now from marketinginteractive.com, digital advertising is the #1 way to generate leads. So it's even bigger than TV, right? So why would you ever try and advertise on television? Why would you spend millions of dollars on Super Bowl ads? That is notoriety, and that is just exceptionalism, right? We know that Amazon made its first $1 billion before ever making a television ad. They did it all online first. So we see Amazon ads now, and they're nice and cute, but that's what's expected, and they've got to stay on top of everything now with just going everywhere. So in order to advertise online, here's the hard part. You need a website, you need sales funnels, you need a content relation manager, you need an advertising platform, you need to have social media accounts, you need a content market, you need email marketing, and then when you get all of that stuff, and you're doing all of those things, then you have to create an analytics program to be able to gauge how well all those other things are doing, right? So this is why less than 1% of business owners actually advertise online. That's a lot. That's a lot to do. I was actually talking to Shriner here, and they said that they had their their business professor come in and take over their social media. Now that he was working full time, taking care of this, and it was too much for him. So even having a full time person on staff taking care, it was too much for him. They're now generating a whole staff of people, including interns, to try and take this on. So you yourselves, that's going to be really hard. That's hard for me. That's going to be hard for everyone. So it's a lot to have to deal with. And so the way that we try and do that is through these disciplines. And I'm going to go through it one by one. And this would potentially be a good time to make some notes and stuff like that. So digital advertising. Digital advertising is the advertising that you're going to see online. There's lots of ways to do this. You can do it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Google Ads, Google AdSense, all of these different platforms to advertise online digitally. The next one is email marketing. You guys might have heard of Constant Contact, Mailjet, MailChimp, these different types of things, and it's being able to get emails from people, get subscribers from people, and creating specific email campaigns that allow you to push information to them. So that's called email marketing. Search marketing. The idea that when people search your product, you're going to be able to show up high up on those searches, right? So there's two ways on Google, Bing, Yahoo, to be able to show up in search marketing. There's selling yourself to show up as an ad at the top of that, which is online advertising that we kind of talked about earlier. Or you do something called search engine optimization, or otherwise known as SEO. Good. People writing things down. I thought I was just going to... So SEO, search engine optimization, means that you're going to actually create copywriting, which we'll see in just a little bit, that actually makes you rank higher on websites. And when people search your name and a location, you're going to go up there. Content marketing. Content marketing is the idea that not Every customer wants to hear about your sale. When you go on Facebook, when you click an email, if 100% of it is come down to the shop and check out this thing, come check this out, come over here, do this, look at this special, we have an event, people just get tired of that. So content marketing makes you the professional in your industry. It allows you to be able to share information in a way that people go, oh, that's relevant to me. That's interesting. I think I might share this with someone else. I think I might read this and absorb the knowledge. So that's content marketing. Social media marketing, the ability to post online, social media, and get your name out. I think everyone by this time may have Facebook and understand what social media is and the ability to do that. Community management. Now, there's social media marketing and community management. Community management is different. That's actually going out to different communities online and posting your information. Not just posting your information, but also commenting underneath that message or answering messages that you might get on Facebook or LinkedIn or things like that. And then there's copywriting. Copywriting kind of turns everything over to actually being better. So we have something called a call to action, a CTA. Copywriting allows you to actually convert easier. And so you can go online, you can look up these different blogs and forums and things like that. You'll learn a little bit from me here today on how to do better copywriting. And actually, in the back, everyone will be able to grab a pamphlet. It's called the Conversions Toolkit. That's our gift to you. Sure. Go ahead and grab all of it. There's some notes on copywriting and conversions and how saying girl in a post versus woman in a post is going to actually elevate your chances of someone to click on your advertisement. So, no plan equals no customers. So right now, if you're not doing this, you're not getting any customers from this. So I am actually going to be working with you guys on creating a plan for your businesses that you guys can actually implement tomorrow. So I call this the customer's grand tour. The reason why I don't call it the customer's journey is because we have a lot more than a journey. We are touring the internet on this one, okay? Our entire seminar today is going to be over this journey. We start at aware and we move through the line all the way to promote. And there are going to be certain times where during this you'll actually be coming back. So after you've converted someone, they may have to get re-engaged and subscribe again. Or after someone ascends, they're going to come back to Excite until they can get all the way over to Advocate. I think they're handing you a customer journey. That's great. That'll be for you. You can keep it kind of as a worksheet as we go through, or just something to kind of hold on to so that you guys can start thinking about your different campaigns that we'll do. And if at any time I speak too quickly, just say, wait, let me write that down, or can you say that again? Anytime, just let me know. Or, even if you have any questions in the middle of this, I'll be happy to answer any as we continue on. So, today we're going to be learning about a digital marketing strategy. It's your online advertising strategy. And we're going to start with our first step, awareness. So what I'd like for everyone to do is I'd like for you to write something really great about your business down on a piece of paper. Let's just go ahead and do that real quick. Didn't think you're going to be workshopping businesses. So any piece of paper that you don't care about, I'd like for you to just, I think everyone has something. So like on a separate piece of paper, then what you're taking notes on, because you're going to rip this out, you're going to rip this piece of paper out. Something amazing about your business. And then go ahead and rip it out and just put it next to you.
Still working?
Yeah, it's good. Okay. So a little bit about myself. Marvin introduced me. My name is Matthew. I live in Austin, Texas. I owned a parkour and free running gym for 5 years, if anyone's ever heard of what parkour free running is. If you've heard of it, you probably think it's Russian teenagers jumping off of cranes. But what we really did was we taught 5 to 18-year-olds how to use playgrounds without killing themselves. That's what we did. It was we considered the new gymnastics. We teach people how to land, roll, maneuver, crawl, and then maybe do a backflip off a 6-foot wall or something like that. And I had 3 partners, and I would tell them to do this exercise because they'd come to me with just the most amazing idea, okay? And they would want to implement it like in our next class. And so everyone take that piece of paper and just put it into a ball. Okay? And I want you to just throw it over there. Just throw the ball over there. Okay? That's great. That is what a lot of people do with their marketing. If you have your information at your business and you are not doing anything to make people aware of that information, this is exactly what you've done. We are the best, most awesome thing you've ever seen in your life. I can't even... How are people supposed to know? How are people going to become aware of what you're doing, right? We've heard of companies like Amazon and Apple because they've spent a decade on advertising, making us aware that they are there. It is impossible to not know that they are there. And any time that my partners came to me with a great idea, I'd ask, okay, how are we going to implement that? How are we going to make people aware of that? And until they told me how they were going to make people aware of it, that idea was in the trash. Because if we can't make people aware, it's over. So an example, the father of 2 sees an advertisement for a new children's summer camp on Facebook. Boom, they became aware. A college student watches an Instagram video of her friend raving about a new brand of noise-canceling headphones. Okay? The way that we make people aware, the best things are going to be right there through digital advertising, through search marketing, through content marketing, social media marketing, community management, and copywriting. Basically all of them. You can use most of the digital strategies that we talked about earlier to make people aware of what we're doing. Now, or we could write it on a piece of paper and tape it to our front door. That's another way. But the great thing about digital marketing and advertising is that you're going to make as many people as you want aware of it. The next step, as you can see in our journey, is engage. So your prospect is now aware of you. People know who you are. You're not the lone appliance seller in the strip mall that nobody knows about. But you're still in the early stages of any relationship with your client. And maybe they like you, but they don't trust you yet. Okay? So you're having to develop a relationship. So it's starting the conversations. You're doing things to try and entertain them, give them information. You're starting up the romance, right, with that customer. And there's a lot of things that you're going to do. A retiree receives an email newsletter from a financial planner. So at this point, you've received an email from someone else, right? You didn't even get it yourself, with information detailing ways to reduce his tax burden by saving for a child's college tuition. A boutique fitness gym becomes active on Facebook community of other boutique fitness gyms. So that's community management right there. A father watches a YouTube video of Dial Soap detailing how to give his new born baby a bath. So engagement with here, they're not selling the soap, although they are, right? They're actually just teaching a dad how to bathe his baby. They're not, and then at the end, Dial, right? I remember Dial helped me teach my baby, right? But they're not saying, come on down, buy a bar of soap for your baby, right? They're saying, here's how to do this. So that's the active engagement, okay? On to step 3, subscribe. Okay, now I want to make something very clear. When we look at our grand tour, okay, when we talk about digital advertising and campaigns, it's very important to understand from here to here is one campaign. From here to here is one campaign. From here to here, every single time, right? So, as we found out in Aware, it was a Facebook ad, Engage, it was a Facebook community post, right? If you're trying to move from Aware to Convert, which means there's a $sign in there, okay? It's going to be so much harder to get through this process. Because you're not actually developing a client, you're just pushing information at them and hoping that they buy. Okay? So when you are thinking about advertising online, you need to have something very concrete in mind. You're just moving one step at a time. And if you're able to make this customer go through the grand tour, right? Have you ever been sold a cruise or a timeshare or something like that? They don't say, would you like a timeshare? Right? They sit and talk your ear out for 30 minutes to get you excited. They go through everything. They just go, here's the timeshare, would you like it? Right? It's all about this tour. So subscribe. So now people know you are, they've learned a little bit about you, and if you fail to get the person's contact information, odds are you're high, you'll never hear from them again. Why? So, a little bit of typo. So odds are high, you'll never hear from them again. I just said it incorrectly.
Yeah.
Could be high too.
Yeah, you can be high, right? You got CBD oil.
This guy knows about it.
Yeah, sorry, the other stuff. Odds are you're just putting information out there, right? But you haven't received anything back yet. You haven't received money, and you haven't received an email, you haven't received a phone number, you haven't even received a name. These are people just engaging in your product, okay? This is where the subscribe comes in. This is the important part. So you're able to get that information. That is on your journey of creating a lead. People, as Sonny and Marvin were saying earlier, inundated with ads. Okay, online, you're inundated with ads. So you've got to be able to create something so compelling, so important, so great, in order to break through that barrier to actually get the type of attention that you want. Okay? When they give it to you, you give them access to a value offer, then add them to your subscriber list. What does it look like? A young professional signs up for a webinar presented by a local realtor about the best practices of purchasing their first home. I'd like to point something out. Again, this is not a sale. You haven't sold anything to anyone yet. You're getting them in, you're putting them on a webinar, you're just trying to give out information. A college girl fills out a form on a blog to receive a free sample of the new face cream. Right? It's free. You want them to understand the product. The way you're going to do this is through these 3 disciplines: content marketing, email marketing, and digital advertising. Convert. Now, this is when we take the information that we have and try and do something with it. If subscribers remain engaged, they may be ready to increase their commitment. They like the information and they begin to trust you, right? And so this is the time where you're doing those kind of low ball offers, your little entry level giveaways, your little entry level, your little add-ons and things like that. We're not ready to offer them the core product, everything that you do yet. In fact, it's too early to even concern yourself with profitability. The goal is to acquire a new customer. Profits come later. It is to get customers to shift the relationship between you and your subscribers. It's getting them in. It's getting them engaged with you in what you're doing. So what does that look like? A daughter of an elderly parent schedules a walkthrough visit at a local retirement home. A man takes advantage of a $20 teeth whitening service at his local dentist. So, are they making money on that? Absolutely not. They're probably losing money on that. One of the greatest products that I've ever seen do this is Vistaprint. Have you guys ever heard of Vistaprint? It's a business card, poster, magnet, everything under the sun maker. They'll give you 250 business cards, or even give it to you for free if you put like your little name on the back, their name on the back. Maybe $3 for 250 cards. $3 to free, depending on what you do. Shipping alone is more than $3 for your 250 cards. They are literally losing money to convert you into a customer. They are doing everything they can to just be in front of you, engage in front of you, give you everything. But you know what? They have your credit card stored on file now. They have your email. They have everything that they need in order to convince you to be a better client. We do this through digital advertising, content marketing, copywriting, email marketing, and search marketing. Excite! So, this is important. You should engineer your marketing to maximize the chances. They'll get tangible value from the experience and build goodwill and trust. It can be as simple as an onboarding email. So after Vistaprint gives you all your cards, then they're just welcoming you. Hey, we're so excited that you visited Vistaprint, right? A lot of people actually fail to do this. How often has someone walked into your store, purchased something from you, and then you re-engage with them in some way? You know, especially brick or mortar store. 7-Eleven isn't engaging with me after I buy a drink, you know what I mean? But what if they could every single time I went in there and bought something? This is the way you get people excited. You're giving away recipes. Maybe you bought a recipe book. Maybe you bought an Instant Pot, which I love and own. And, you know, they'll email me a recipe. Hey, by the way, here's a new recipe, right? To get me engaged. Oh, yeah, that's right. I haven't used that in a while. This sounds like a good recipe to use, right? I think Keurig is genius in the fact that what they do is a married couple buys a Keurig and uses the coffee, free coffee servings, and quick start guide to have an amazing cup of coffee within minutes. They didn't buy those coffee pods, but if they like those coffee pods, guess what? Keurig probably didn't make much money off of the actual coffee Keurig. They're making money hand over fist on those pods. You know, they put 3 cents worth of coffee in there and you're buying it for $1 a pod or $2 a pod or whatever it is. They know what they're doing, right? The Keurig is like an entry-level thing. So a young man reads 3 eye-opening blog posts recommending via email by his new hired life coach in advance of their first coaching session. So this is getting them excited. Oh man, I've got this life coaching. Like, man, this information that he's given me is already great. Like, when I meet him in person, I'm going to be even more excited, right? We do this a lot through email marketing, content marketing, and copywriting. Remember, content marketing is that information that you're just putting out there. There are non-digital ways to do content marketing. You can print it, like what we're doing right here. This is content marketing, right? We've given you a conversion toolkit, things like that. Put it up on your storefront, hand out flyers and pamphlets anytime people come in. That's content. All right. Ascend. Ascend you're going to have your customer in this process for a while. It may take several. People may never actually move past a send. And that's okay. You know, you had a client and the client is done. But what's important is by the time they get to a send, it's very possible that you haven't made a profit on what you're doing. Especially if you're in like some type of competitive market like a gym or something like that. It's perfectly acceptable because you're investing in future profits. This is the place, like it says right here, to make your core offer. You've got someone excited. Now it's time to really get them for what makes your business the best. This is a journey that will hopefully lead to multiple purchases over time. When you excite this stage properly, your customers will thank you for these offers. I think one of the greatest things that I've ever seen is Southwest Early Bird Check-In. Southwest created a marketing strategy to make more money, and you thank them for it. I think that's the coolest thing. You pay $15 to check in early. Well, why can't they just... Why would they do that? It's because it creates a different type of customer. It's like, oh, I get to go early now? That's great. I don't have to go in with everybody else. I mean, it's just made up, right? Southwest, early check-in, Southwest, everybody is general seating. But with early check-in, you can do general seating 5 minutes before everyone else. So, and people are like, oh, I don't know if I could live without early check-in.
You mean 2 hours or 15 minutes?
A new dad buys a digital camera for $2,500, adds a lens kit, a camera bag, a tripod to his purchase for a bundle of $699. Bundling the little bitty things along with the core product. That's how you're gonna get them to ascend. The added value, right? The value added offer. We do a lot of this through email marketing because you're going to be doing most of this through like email. Online advertising for this part doesn't work as well because it's really hard to go in your journey from excite to ascend because, as I said earlier, if you're ascending them, that's you just spitting out offer after coupon after things like that. But if they're already a client and you're sending this to them privately, then they're thinking, oh man, this is a special offer just for me. Advocate. You now have a happy customer who has made several profitable purchases for you. Now create marketing that encourages your most loyal customers to advocate for your business. There's a lot of ways to do this. They call it the passive promoter. It's not the outright like NLM type go-getters. It's just a passive person that says, oh, did you hear about that company? Oh man, it's like amazing. You have to come try it out with me. A woman enters a contest to win a new lip gloss from a beauty company by shooting a video review detailing how much she loves one of their lipsticks. So that's a campaign right there. You just get them to do a contest, doing a video, and you get to use that video. You get to post it online. You get to put it towards reviews. Other people are seeing that. Other people are getting excited. Other people are moving from ascend to advocate. On request, the warehouse manager at a produce supplier company writes a glowing review of a local courier service she used to transport fruits and vegetables locally. We do this through social media, email marketing, and search marketing. Any questions so far? Is this making sense? Oh, it's a lot. Promote, I'm just like, Promote. Promote differs from advocate in that they are actively seeking to spread the word about your brand. What's really neat about this is that you're going to get people. There's a lot of different campaigns that you can do behind this. One of the things that I find the best is a woman attends a conference for free because she arranges for 5 of her colleagues to go as well. She loves this place. She wants to bring everyone with her. She gets something for free because she brings everyone in. I think that's like an excellent way. I mean, you have one promoter and you get 5 sales. That's how important it is to bring people through this grand tour, because if even with one of these, you can get 5 more customers. They're moving them up to the ranks for you. They're like better than your salespeople, right? We do this through social media, email marketing, and copywriting. So, take a breath. That's a lot, right? That's a big journey. And if we can go all the way back to the beginning. Now that you know all these different steps and all these different ways, it's even more mind-boggling to try and understand that this is a campaign, this is a campaign, this is a campaign. And what I mean by campaign is a well thought out, executed idea to bring people from one step to another. And you're using those digital strategies that we talked about earlier: email marketing, content marketing, copywriting, all those type of things. So that is all well and great. But how do you get people to see the advertisement, right? How do you even get people to see it? Like, how do I do all that and bring it to people? That is through the advertising journey. We've got another journey that we're going to go through. Hold on to your pants. Okay? You create the ad. You post the ad. You make a website that the ad goes to. The website leads you to a sales funnel. The sales funnel leads you to having a lead. And then there's a whole series of things to try and convert that lead. And then at the very end of that, you analyze what got you all the way to the bottom. There are tools for this, tools for that, tools for this, tools for that, tools for this, all the way down. And guess what? That's just moving them from aware to engage. That's just moving them from ascend to promote. And so that is a lot to do every single time. So this is the marketing I talked about earlier. Marketing, this is the sales part. Guess what? This is your part, the business owner, right? Who knows your product better than you do? Who knows who's put their blood, sweat, lots of tears into their product more than you, right? You are in charge of this. It's really hard to be in charge of this. It's really hard to know how to do all this. And that's why we always say, let us do what we do best, so you can do what you do best, right? In order to do this, you're going to create the ad. You're going to have to learn in Photoshop. You're going to learn best conversion rates for images, which means you have to sit there and think, do I use the puppy dog or do I use the little girl? Best multiple images for multiple platforms. Okay, Facebook, puppy dogs work better. Twitter, Trump works better. Research which images work best for each platform. Create multiple images. Okay, I need a 1330 pixel by 768 pixel for Facebook. I need a 668 pixel by 324 pixel for Pinterest, right? It's like, oh my goodness, right? That's why, so I'm being modest, 30 hours to learn that. You search online, you watch some YouTube videos until your eyes are red, and you have to pay for a couple things like Photoshop to be able to make those ads. Post the ad. You're going to learn each platform. Facebook. Who's on Facebook? Not young people anymore. It's old people. Old people do it. And trust me, I'm the old person now. I'm considered old on Facebook, right? Twitter. Everyone's on Twitter. Instagram, those people are on it. LinkedIn, business owners, AdWords, literally everyone, right? You have to learn all those. You have to create budgets for each individual platform, which means you have to load in your credit card, you have to figure out how much you're going to pay in order to advertise across all of these different things in order to get everybody. Then you're going to create a website. But you aren't going to create a website because for the most part, we don't know. We don't know how to create a website, right? We don't know how to buy a hosting service, buy a domain, install WordPress, install the plugins for analytics. create the website, get it out to people, make sure the search engine goes up. We don't know how to do all that stuff. So we hire someone to do it, pay them thousands of dollars, and then we have to pay for the hosting and domains. Sales funnels are created specifically for a product. So what I find so amazing about sales funnels or lead magnets is that it is designed specifically for one purpose. And if you're building a website for every single sales funnel, then you're going to multiply this by every single product that you have. It just takes too long. So you have to research, in order to create a sales funnel, you have to research the correct headline that you want to get your message across. You're going to create the correct call to action for each advertisement. So from each journey, right, each step to step. You're going to make a funnel for each advertisement. You're going to pay for a sales funnel program or hire a consultant because you don't know how to do it, right? That's going to cost you $500 in 50 hours. And you're going to have to do this for almost every single thing that you want to sell, right? In order to really do it correctly. So I added this all up in the advertising journey sales. 105 hours, $21.40. I've done this. I've spent that money. I bet a lot of you guys have spent that money being able to do this. I've done it for several of my businesses that I did. And I always hated it. It just made no sense that I would spend that much money for it. Because I'm sitting here updating my website when I should be out there coaching a kid. When I should be out there helping people and do what I love, right? I love parkour. I love parkour and free running. So I was stuck inside building my website instead of going out there and sharing that. Doing the business, right? What I'm there for. Or you can do all that, or you can work with Pop Network. That's us. That's me. And we can set you up and do this advertising journey for you in 30 minutes. That's the little consultation that we have. We get all the information. You fill out a form. You tell us the most pertinent, amazing, best information for you. We go out and research that information. We've got great programs that dramatically decrease the time for us. And because we have the skill and knowledge, it's not going to take us the time. And it's only going to cost you $350. Why only $350? That's going to get you 10,000 people to see your advertisement. That's $75 deposit and then $275 a month. So your second and third month is just $250, $275. That is what we offer. That's what we're able to do to save you from this crazy advertising journey that you have to do for every single one. So, we ran successful campaigns for the Gallo Theater, Marvin's Magazine, counseling, real estate, automotive, reselling. We're even doing reselling right now. And what we call it is proximity marketing. You heard a little bit about it earlier, proximity marketing. We say we cover 95% of the internet because the internet holds ads on 95% of it. Google and Facebook alone cover 95%. The other 3% is going to be your social media is Google, and Google AdWords is going to be the 95%. The other 2% up there is individual people putting ads on their website, and the other 3% is people who just don't put ads on their site. But these right here make up 95% of the internet, and we advertise on all of them. So, you heard a lot about like location, but you haven't necessarily heard like exactly how it works. The way that our online advertising works is that when you're on Facebook, AdWords, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, LinkedIn, YouTube, or just Google itself, when you scroll, your ad shows up. It's not a notification that pops up on your phone. I think the FCC is actually like Google, after Google Nearby, they actually laid this like $10 billion lawsuit on Google. They were doing it with independent software, but now that's gone, it's nearly impossible through the FCC to advertise directly to someone's phone. So you do it through this, and 95% of the internet is doing that. And so as you scroll through whatever it is, CNN, Fox, these ads show up. You're on a mommy blog, which I've been on a lot lately because I'm a stay-at-home dad. So I'm like, what happens when your son eats shampoo? Okay. Yeah, he retches for 30 minutes. And so that's this CNN, Fox, recipe sites, all those. You're gonna see and you're gonna scroll through. So the way that we show people your advertisement, as they were saying earlier, is by targeting. Now, targeting in the advertisement world means that you're pinning something important about that person. You're saying, you know what? I really sell better to women, so I'd like to sell to women. You know what? There's only really like 50 to 80-year-olds that are coming into my place. I think I'm going to go for a older demographic. I think that I'm going to do people that really love art or museums, and that also I want to make sure that they're a grandmother. So I'm going to keyword grandmother. This is the way we target. This is the way we pinpoint and grab the people that you specifically want. Right now, if you wanted to pass out flyers, you just handed it to anyone, right? This way you're able to dial it down to exactly the type of person that you want to see your advertising. We can do this even by day and time, right? You're trying to get that Sunday crowd at Chick-fil-A, or no, not Chick-fil-A, I guess they're not open Sunday. Every other day but Sunday, and you're advertising around Chick-fil-A, you can turn it off on Sundays. What we specifically do, if I wanted to narrow it all the way down, because, again, I'm marketing, sales, other people, we guarantee views. In the social media world, or in the online marketing world, it's called impressions. It is when someone sees your advertisement. We do 10,000 in a month, 25,000 in a month, 50,000 in a month, and it's a lot more affordable than you think. Or we can even do 1 million or 2 million, but I think our customers are mostly around this starting out. What I like to tell people is don't wait for your product to become popular, make it popular. If you want your product to become popular, do what Amazon did, do what Yelp does, do what these people do at the Super Bowl. They just, boom, they shove it out there for everyone to go and see. The great thing is you're going to choose who and where you want your advertisement seen. I think that is probably one of the best things that you can do for digital advertising. When it comes to really any other type of advertising, when you do a billboard, who's going to see it? Anyone on I-35 that can drive. I mean, that's targeted, right?
While they're parked.
Yeah, or yes, parked. And in my sense, I live in Austin, so yeah, while you're parked on I-35, 10 minutes from your home, scrolling through Facebook. Those are the people that are going to see that ad, right? So here's our prices: 10,000 guaranteed views each month for $275. 25,000 guaranteed views, $440. 50,000 guaranteed views a month for $650 with a $75 setup fee and a 3-month contract. Now, why can I guarantee you that many people are going to see it? It's because a billion-dollar company like Facebook and Amazon and LinkedIn say, okay, we'll do that for you, right? We're purchasing the ads from us, and they wouldn't have gotten as far as they did without being able to guarantee something. So it's not just me guaranteeing it to you guys. It's Facebook, it's Instagram, it's all the other things across that. Now, it's also just fantastic that we haven't even talked about with our program yet, is that with our program, you have the ability to advertise across all of them instantaneously. You do not have to create a budget for Facebook. You do not have to create a budget for Instagram. These are being advertised across all platforms at all the time. And we will hit your number. Now, actually, most of our clients, we go over by about 2 to 6%. Over. But we guarantee that number for you. It requires you to not have to create a Facebook budget, an Instagram budget, all of those things. In order to get started, we have an onboarding call. You fill out a form. We get the information from you. We discuss. And all you guys need to think is, what attracts my customers? What do they like the most, right? What's my ideal customer? What's exciting about my business? And do I want to offer something? As we know, we talked about all those marketing tactics coming through. You saw the examples, right? None of them were, here's my product. No one's interested in that, right? Okay, great. We got aware down. Okay, how are we going to move them to something else, right? How are we going to move them? We do this through a series of advertisements and landing pages directed towards the exact type of campaign that you want. Now, we as the experts are going to be able to share with you what we think is going to be the best thing for you, right? We have several people that are like, no, I don't like that. My logo has to be on that. And we're like, okay, well, we don't think you're going to get as many people because people don't want to see your logo. They just want to be excited. If people want to be aware, great, logos all day. But if you're just trying to get them to understand something about you, that's going to be a completely different campaign. So really, when we do this, we can set up campaigns for you in every step of the journey, or we can start on one and slowly move through. We change your ad, if you'd like, every month. That's not a problem. You can call us up and say, hey, I'm doing this offer to be able to get people more excited because I know the customer journey, the grand tour. And we'll do that for you. So, some of the features that we have to come. So that's amazing. I just absolutely love what we do at our company. But some of the things that we have coming up is even more exciting. We have content marketing. We'll be able to help you with that. Right now, I'm working for a couple different companies managing their social media. And if that's something that you're interested in, then you can talk to me personally. This is something that I rely heavily on. We do content marketing, which is get relevant information to your clients, right? It's important. We're going to have an entire library full of information related exactly to your service and your product that we'll be able to push out and educate people on. Retargeting. We talked about it earlier. You go to a site, and let's see, for me it was Spartan Race. I signed up for Spartan Race. I think for the next 6 months, I had men in short shorts climbing mud hills. My wife's like, what are you doing? Why are half naked men on your computer all the time? But that was retargeting. Over and over again, they did not let me go, right? We're going to be doing retargeting. We're going to do video advertising right now. It's focused on image advertising. Email marketing, we'll be able to pull all of the information that we give you back into an email marketing system, and we can create emails to take care of one of the disciplines, which is email marketing. And then lead magnets. Lead magnets are those surprisingly very annoying little things that up into your screen, and you go, oh, subscribe now for 20% off. Why are you trying to make me spin a wheel on a site? Those convert nearly 46% every time. We'll be doing that. We'll be doing lead magnets. And trust me, as a business owner myself, I never minded being annoying if it made me some money. So, as I said before, as we learned all this information, no plan equals no customers. You saw all the disciplines that we can capitalize on. You saw all the things that we can do. But if you're not doing any of that, you're missing out on all of those customers.